It's
Gotcha.
it's like double padlocking up, so it's fine. You padlock the padlock. It's nice and easy. But Shoes Money Crew, they want to make themselves make their way back into the big six at the top that makes themselves into playoffs. So that's what they're trying to do here with this map, and it's pretty difficult versus a team like Gigantti. But so far, they're showing us some good stuff.
Playing it safe and slow for now, obviously on the high ground for Gigantti, using the long sight lines for Zander to just get some free damage off of, and they're going to play it slow, play it nice and tight towards Gigantti. Actually going to go up into the high ground to contest them up here and potentially move over to the point. Lilbo already in position to try and get the displacement if they try and take that path. But here's the fake. They're going to go back underneath them. They're going to have drop down from Team Gigantti. Going to try and divide and conquer, protect the barrier. Will keep Milky Man up. Zape's already found JK Lol. As Oblin will take out Milky Man, and Mouse is looking for more. But they've left that Zenyatta up on the high ground so he can safely deal that damage. But the rest of Shoes Money Crew move round to the point and force Gigantti to aggress onto them.
Really nice body block coming out from Mouse here to stop the aggression from Team Gigantti. Molfig just sitting on the point, already one tick accrued for Shoes Money Crew, and only 1 minute taken to do it. Both Zaryas are pretty similar charge right now. Zappis just getting back into mech, so that's probably going to signal the aggression. JK Lol is going to take a little while longer to get here on the point.
Looking to find more, but of course with Team Gigantti back on the point, they did get the second check mark, so 2.9% for Shoes Money Crew, so not the full distance to go when they find that window to get back in there. Zape has got that Transcendence, as has Slur. Davin will have the Graviton Surge a lot faster than Mouse, I imagine, but of course both those supportive ultimates should really cancel those ones out. It's looking on Molfig to get that self-destruct in tandem to make the difference here.
But Molfig Zappis going down very early in this fight and getting demeched has really stemmed the flow of his old generation. Molfig sitting at 90%, Zappis at 50.
There's the first grab, like we said, answered by Slur's Transcendence, and of course then Zape coming in as well as the counter grab comes out. Big shatter from Milky Man, shuts down the aggression and really denies that self-destruct coming out from Molfig. It buys time for Zappis to get his online and potentially look to use that one. Of course, the point still accruing percentage for Shoes Money Crew as they're the ones who have control and make Gigantti aggress onto them. There's that self-destruct blocked out nicely and retreated from by the rest of Shoes Money Crew. JK Law will throw down the shatter, not going to find anything for it, but Milky Man has got incredibly low and he's getting a lot of attention. We're expecting that to be converted to a kill, but it's Davin going down first. JK Law finally sends Milky Man to the grave, walks back onto the point with the rest of his team and celebrates because they're going to point B.
Shoes Money Crew hold the line there so much. The fact that JK Law can stand so far forward and still receive that much support from Shoes Money Crew is just mental, to say the least. Shoes Money Crew doing a really a good job here. Now they're coming into second point. They have a grab. They're going to play this one slow, wait until they have their Demon Bomb online because they know this is going to be a scrappy fight versus Team Gigantti. The one thing they don't have, though, is that big follow-up with the bomb.
They need it conclusive to break the spawn advantage. Big from Milky Man. Will get multiple members knocked up. Goes in with a charge. Slur comes in with the Transcendence just in time to save everyone. And then a charge kill shuts down Facility and ends the rally early that he committed to the fight. There's JK Law using that Earth Shatter to ill effect. The self-destruct is on the point being blocked out. Won't find anyone, but will do a good dent. It's the Milky Man shield. Doesn't matter. He's going to drop a shatter down. Gustav going to be taken off the back of that. You wanted a conclusive fight to clear off Gigantti. No, they're going to give you one instead.
Yeah, and that's down to Davin right there. That is a really nice counter grab coming out from in the middle of that fight. Stops a lot of the aggression from Shoes Money Crew. Makes it so that Molfig has to drop his bomb down in a situation where he might not want to there. It means that really in that situation, Milky Man has to keep the shield up the entire time. Can't swing into the grab that's in front of him. There was one tick taken, however. So Shoes Money Crew coming back to this next one. This is going to be a little bit of a dry fight for them. They don't have too many ultimates online. Zappis can hope to try and end this one prematurely with a nice bomb in the midst of all this.
Might not even want to commit that one if they can win it dry with spawn advantage. They know nothing's going to be in the tank for Shoes Money Crew, so really want to hold on to that one instead and build up a better economy here to burn through the substantial 4-minute time bank that Shoes Money Crew still has to operate with. You're going to have the aggression coming in early. JK Law has to be the focus of attention here. Transcendence comes out from Slur, Obling with the rally. There's Zaps' self-destruct on the back line. Everyone can pool around it and make sure they're not caught out by that one as Obling. We're down to Milky Man, and that's the symbol that Shoes Money Crew need to start retreating, but we talk about juicing them for everything they've got. They've got a grab in the pocket here on Davin, and as well as many other ults, and that's built off the back of substantial generation.
Slur once again using the Transcendence quite early. We've seen them doing for the past couple of fights now. It seems a little bit odd to me. There wasn't a shatter that was needed to use that Transcendent Sword to keep them all nice and healed, and it's going to open things up for Davin now to drop down a grab in the midst of this fight. Obviously, can't wait too long because Slur is pretty damn fast at charging up this Transcendence, but this is a fight for Team Gigantti to lose.
Absolutely, just want to wait for the right opportunity. There's always the risk of Molfig coming in with the eat, and we've seen many times before in this series so far. Be very careful. Mal's can of course counter grab, but of course Zappe has that Transcendence online ready to counter that should that be the case that happens. There's the shadow catches out a few people. No, it doesn't actually. The distance is a little bit wrong here. JK Law with the damage from the Earth Shadow will find Milky Man. There's that Graviton Surge coming out. Transcendence as well as expected. No counter grab coming out from Davin. They're buying their time, but they're losing too many members. He's been taken off the map, so he's going to have to come back in. Milky Man switches over to the Wrecking Ball as expected, but they need to get back on the point and start contesting, but Davin doesn't want to do it solo, because if he goes down with this grab, it's going to be all over. There's the contestation coming out from Milky Man with the protected barrier. They're looking to pull someone up. Mal's been isolated, but the Transcendence to come out. Slur had enough time to generate that ultimate, and now it's just cancelling out that grab. But the spawn advantage for Gigantti is playing in their favor. They're able to come back, but the kills are still coming in for Shoes Money Crew. Milky Man and Facility are going down. They charge off point. They cannot step off it because they need to keep contesting.
And Davin goes down so very low. Lilbo is the next to fall, and they will take the second point pretty easily there, and that's just down to Team Gigantti not pressuring their advantage. Once again, seems to be a common theme at the moment. Slur doesn't have Transcendence in that situation. You saw him use it pretty early before, like it's quite, although we see these Zenyatas in this region charge them very quickly, it is a pretty difficult ultimate to charge all in all. So Davin just didn't take that opportunity when he could, and Shoes Money Crew are able to build up ultimates in that fight and use them a little bit more efficiently than Team Gigantti. By the time a couple of members had gone down, Davin was like, well, I can't really use my grav anymore, and he had to use it as he was coming out of spawn whilst Team Gigantti were shifting into desperation gear, basically.
Yeah, and they're still, what are you going to do? Grab them on the point. You want them off the point. He tried to get that isolation kill onto Mal's, but we already talked about how Slur could get that ult online, and Transcendence comes in, cancels out all the damage, and I imagine he's a little bit weak on the charge. He might have got some off of Milky Man, obviously diving in on the Wrecking Ball, but he was out of the action, and he basically cooled down. He didn't have a warm-up to get into that next engagement, you know?
And I think one person we've got to talk about as well as a Tridd is Mouse. Like, the guy has been fairly consistent this entire series so far, and it's something that we've not seen too much from him from before. A lot of the matches that we've seen him play, and he's been a little bit inconsistent playing with the Zarya, dropping down grabs into a situation where he throws him into Diva Matrixes, but he has looked a lot better here. Now he gets to play, however, something that he has shown that he loves to play, which is this Widowmaker. We've seen his tracking before, we've seen his hit scan, it is very nice. Obling, however, is going to play on this Bastion, so this is about making sure that a lot of the attention is on Obling, and it gives time for Obling, for Mouse to find these angles and get those headshots through onto Team Gigantti.
Bastion, terrifying prospect for Team Gigantti to run into here. If they can break the shield, it just means that Mal's able to pick off anyone. He's looking for to pick off the stragglers, obviously, anyone who falls behind in this unit that wants to move together. But Team Gigantti can make the adaptations. Moira obviously coming out from Zappe. They expect the damage. They want the additional healing in this one. Milky Man's shield is under a lot of threat as they try and transition across. It's gone through, but they've been able to safely make it to the point. For now, they just need to do something with this transition period for Obling. They can't let it go unpunished as he sets up in eyes of the point. They want to take the high ground instead. I think they're going to come in and run straight at him. They're deterring him as best they can. Shield's up there. They've knocked him off, but now they have to deal with this Bastion, and they can't get back up onto the high ground to deal with him. Zappers is being demeched. Obling is the person to do it. They're trying to rain damage into JK Law, but he's going to stay up. Molfig the same. Mouse off on the side, popping the shots, but Facility has found that big tank. Gustav's going to bring him back in. It's Obling that you need to worry about, and now they can turn his attention to it because Davin's sitting on high charge. Should be able to get it done quickly, but the kills are coming in for Team Gigantti. You just got Obling on the high ground. He's going to jump in and kill himself. He knows it's over. He wants the fast reset. He's probably going to get rid of that ultimate charge as well.
Gigantti played that Nile perfectly, honestly. There was not much for Shoes Money Crew to do, and now they come into next point. They're able to snowball this one fairly effectively. You've got Coalescence, has a massive ultimate, heals and does a lot of damage. It's a lot for Shoes Money Crew to sit through. There's the tank mode, doesn't do too much versus the shield and the Diva Matrix.
Can't go aggressive on this one. Gigantti have already set up before Shoes Money Crew had the opportunity to, and it makes it so hard with the Orisa to play aggressive and take territory away. Lilbo is going to be the one to pick off Obling. Molfig. Molfig comes in with the consumption onto Davin. It's been a consistent trait throughout the rest of this game, but with JK Lol back on the map, they're regaining control and killing the momentum from Team Gigantti. They're still going to have 6 minutes to play with.
6 minutes to play with here, and it's not the second tick though. That's the major thing for them. Really, in this situation, if you're playing as Team Gigantti, you want that second tick. You want to put the hurt onto Shoes Money Crew, and they're going to stall out Zappis here. It's even easier to do with the boosters and also the Holt. Then there's no easy place to jump off the cliff, so it's a long stall until Molfig finally takes him out. Shoes Money Crew might want to think about switching soon, but it looks like they are staying on the comp for the time being, and I think that's majorly down to the bongos from JK Lol. That 50% extra damage to everyone in the close vicinity that this point has is incredible.
Absolutely, they're going to be able to set up behind it. Mal's obviously working towards the Blizzard as well. It's going to be big to lock down Team Gigantti when they want to play very condensed. It's going to be very hard for them to deal with here. Slur up on the high ground, nice and safe. He's playing around those sight lines, and Obling's directly above Team Gigantti. They're playing around terrain at the moment, but they have to step into the open. They might go for the fake up the stairs and try and deal with the Bastion, remove the high ground like they did on point A so successfully.
5 ultimates on the line for Team Gigantti. They've got a lot to work with, and they leash it onto Molfig. A massive wall to stop the aggression, though.
And they're going to have to deal with the Bastion, though. You might be able to shatter someone, but he's still on that high ground. You haven't dealt with it at all. And the Blizzard comes out from Mal. They're locked in here with the Supercharger from JK Lol, just raining the damage in from Obling, who's able to sit on more ultimates because they handily killed it. I don't know what the thought process from Team Gigantti was there. Take out Zappis, but who's going to be dealing with Obling on the high ground?
I think what the idea is, you get rid of Molfig, there's no eat potential, then we just grab afterwards. But you know what? Miles just completely denies it all with the wall at the end of it. But Team Gigantti, let's just take a look. 4 ultimates used in that last fight. Nothing gained. Shoes Money Crew still have 3 ultimates online when you expect them to use a lot more to deal with it. Miles is already on the way to another Blizzard. But Molfig is the big one. With this bomb, it has to be good. It has to force Team Gigantti into a bad position here.
Well, Zappis has only got the bomb to answer. Davin's about to get their gravity surge. There we go. We knew this was going to happen. They have to force them at the high ground. The wall's going to relocate them and make sure they fall off. And now they have to try again to go up here. But it's still just burning time. And Obling's sitting on that tank form. If it gets too hot, he can just pop the tank form, use the extra damage to knock himself further back. And Davin's going to be isolated. There's the self-destruct. Shield should be able to block it out. No, he's going to find 2 perfect placement from Zappis. And here's the decision that has to be made by Gustav. He can only res 1. They look over JK Lol. There's the Blizzard to keep him off the point. And there's the Transcendence from Slur as well, keeping the rest of Shoes Money Crew alive. Milky Man has gone down. He has a bit of a journey to get back to the point. The same can't be said. The Bar Grenade comes in to shut down JK Lol's healing, but it's Zappis who still finds Mouse. Here's the tank form from Obling, and Team Gigantti are just going to scatter, play around the terrain, avoid the damage. They don't want to go down to this one, and now he's at risk of dropping down himself as Zappis comes in with a little bit of tank form of his own. The micro missile to shut him down. Self-destruct, looking to find someone. Moth has to die here. You can't let him get the remake. 50% HP, going down to 20. Need to finish him off, and they get the D-Mech instead as they clear out Slur. Reinforcements coming in from Shoes Money Crew. Progress ticking up for Team Gigantti. They're gonna get the completion.
What should have been a major snowball. Like, that snowball should have been small and then massive as it rolled down the mountain into point B. Team Gigantti cannot get that going, and it's stopped short by an ice wall. There's only a 1 minute difference between these 2 time banks, and the difference being that Team Gigantti completed was 7 minutes roundabouts in the time bank. You should not be held for that long come point B. Shoes Money Crew did a really good job with an unorthodox composition to hold them for so long. It's very, very good at denying these rotations, and that's what Team Gigantti is so good at. So then they're forced to make new decisions.
Thankfully, it was able to work for them.
Peanut butter in space. Cool.
Wonder if it changes the flavor.
Probably very, very cold.
Very cold. Yeah, well, it's frozen. It's not peanut butter at that point. It's more like just an ice block. I mean, you could only really put that in milkshakes, though. You wouldn't want to put it in your tea.
No, I have had a really nice peanut butter milkshakes before, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are pretty nice.
Not peanut butter tea, though.
No. I like trying to turn it around, but you were like, no, tea's probably awful with that in it.
Probably not the right play here. And we're looking for some good ones and the correct plays to come out from Shoes Money Crew on their offense. And they're going to be playing it like they did last time against a mirror composition of Team Gigantti. We might see some more wackiness, some zaniness coming out from the Finnish roster when they go on their offense.
Indeed. Shoes Money Crew have seem to be playing something pretty standard for the time being. They don't want to clown around here, especially when they're coming into point A with only 2 minutes remaining. I think this is a good comp to do it with as well. It's a free. By the time you get to that second fight, which they have been gifted by the 1 minute 58 time bank, they should have some ultimates online to deal with this. Milky Man drops very early, though.
Interesting decision. Might not be punished as he comes back around here, and the high ground looking to be fought over by Shoes Money Crew as they drop down onto the back line. Zappe has to go down there for safety, so he can't have that high ground position he'd probably like to hold against this team. And just waiting for Shoes Money Crew to drop down.
Now Shoes Money Crew, they've taken advantage now. They have the high ground. Team Gigantti and are a little bit of an awkward situation below. Lilbo is desperately trying to take them off. Mouse makes the sidestep, gets back on, but I don't think JK Lol was so lucky.
Looking to press onto the point.
Second one's lucky.
Nope, they're going to have to drop down instead, and they're looking to find the point from this angle instead, rather than the advantageous high ground position. And this clash here, forcing out double bubble rotation from Team Gigantti. There's the shatter. It's onto Molfig and slow on the back line. Daven's already found Mouse, and they want to get more as the charge goes in from Milky Man to guarantee this fight. 50 seconds remaining. Shoes Money Crew probably only have one in the tank.
And that was quite the difference from Peanut Butter. That was very, very smooth, to say the least, from Team Gigantti. That was a great one from Milky Man in the end.
Smooth butter, smooth brain, my friend.
I mean, Peanut Butter is, you have chunky and you have smooth.
You have crunchy. That is the way to go with the crunch.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. It was not like Peanut Butter. It was smooth. Team Gigantti, however, they have a couple of ultimates to deal with now. Zappe, 85%. Coming towards that Transcendence is crucial. Mouse doesn't quite have his Graviton online, but JKL 80% towards his Shatter. Can it be as good as Milky Man's?
His hopes of winning this round might be shattered if they can't get to the point. Transcendence comes out early, and Milky Man again with the hammer. Won't get any kills, but kills momentum indeed. There's the sound barrier as expected from Gustav, but a D-Mech on Molfig's too late. Oblin's locked in place. There's the self-destruct over the top. Zappis will take out Gustav, but the rest of the team has already faltered. That's a full hold on the second attempt of Shoes Money Crew's offense on Horizon.
And that's all down to Milky Man there. Milky Man and Lilbo. Lilbo actually forced JK Lol down the stairs, and JK Lol in that panic, knowing that, oh, I've got ultimate, that must mean that Milky Man's got ultimate. In this case, he charges back up to get into position to drop the shield up, but Milky Man catches him mid-charge whilst he cannot pull up the shield. It's really well played from Lilbo and Milky Man, playing together perfectly, and Lilbo taking them off the high ground as well. That's massive. That is just massive.
And we're looking for a potential here. We could actually still see a map 5 here, Blank, because we're in the draw territory
we are in draw territory. Gigantti loves it.
A successful hold from Shoes Money Crew. We want to tie up this series and remove even more maps from Team Gigantti's control, which is obviously, like we said, bad for their campaign, shall we say. But Shoes Money Crew would have to put in a valiant effort. It's only 33% required by Team Gigantti. They should be able to get the win here with the 3-minute time bank. And then they would obviously close out the series as well on Horizon, because you just can't get 2 more map wins in a usual series here when we go to Junkertown next.
No. So Team Gigantti, they're in a good position to close this one out. And like you said, take us to Junkertown and finish there, hopefully. Team Gigantti, however, they already know what kind of composition Shoes Money Crew are going to go for. So they're coming out already on the Moira, which is going to ensure that they get 3 fights in here, at least, onto the point. And we saw them actually finish point A with just the 1 once they made the switches.
Usual composition, Mouse, obviously on the Ash Rabbit than the Widowmaker this time around. So still looking to get those long sight lines, just a different flavor of damage. Of course, the Dynamite does wonders against the compact unit that's sticking together of Team Gigantti.
Shoes Money Crew holding on the high ground for the time being. Team Gigantti taking it slow. Can you see on the bottom there, Molfig, though, ready to move them out of position.
Wants to try and go for the displacement, does move them away from Milky Man's shield, who's still going to go down. The damage was there, and now you can't cower behind anything. You have to rely on the Defense Matrix and Bubbles to try and deal with Obling. But of course, they need to clear out Gigantti from the back line. Milky Man's going over to the Winston instead, but Obling can try and gun him out of the skies if he's not careful, because he's separated from the rest of his team.
He's going to have a really tough time getting back here now that he's, like you said, he's separated at the moment, split clean down the middle. So Team Gigantti have to make some sort of aggressive aggressive push to get him back in position. Has to drop now. It's not good enough.
Exactly what they went for, and they got dropped down onto the point. But Team Gigantti have got bodies on the ground. Davin taking out Obling. The res should come out from Gustav. He's able to come up there, but there's a lot of pressure. Davin guarding the corpse to make sure he can't get that one in and putting pressure on the rest of the team. The res comes out onto Obling, so they bring him back, but it's too late. You've lost too many members. Bob's joining the party as well, as Milky Man will clear out Obling on the Tracer. That fast switch needed. Just need to get Bob out of the way, and there we go. Team Gigantti take the series, and the consultation prize will be Junkertown.
And like I said, they just need to get bodies on the point. It was very coordinated. As Shoes Money Crew went to punish Milky Man on his return to the point, they didn't expect, out of the blue from the side, just a massive flank from them. So it's really well played from Team Gigantti to make that happen. One thing I'd like to highlight, though, is Molfig on the Diva there. I love the identification of how the first time that Team Gigantti dealt with that, because the idea there is that you throw the Halt in, you pull Milky Man back, and it gives more time for Obling to actually break his shield and then subsequently kill him. So Molfig pushes them out, and even though Zappis gets to eat onto the Halt, it provides just enough time for them to get that pick. So it could have gone all very, very sour if Team Gigantti didn't play that so well that they did.
Well, we got one more map to go. Team Gigantti have already won this series, but of course, like we said, that map difference, it's really going to help them out with potentially getting that first round bye. Shoes Money Crew, they stand in the way. Come back after the break for Junkertown. Hey everyone, welcome back. Final map coming on your screen right now. Gigantti have already won the series, 2-0 scoreline. It's Kings Row, letting them down yet again. Cursed map for them. We thought maybe we could see some rejoiceful return, but unfortunately, it's just going to be hoping that we don't see that come up in the map pool for them later on. There's the scores as you've seen. So like we said, 2-0 scoreline. Moving into Junkertown, Gigantti obviously want the 3-0. It's going to help them with that map differential. Shoes Money Crew, exact same reason, because they're going to have their own battle with the way their series scores are going, and that's going to be the battle to stay in playoffs.
Yeah, so really this is an opportunity for Shoes Money Crew to get their name back on the map, but it's also an opportunity for Gigantti to kind of bury them, I guess.
It's a bit macabre, mate.
Bit macabre, indeed. But, I mean, Gigantti, they probably want to take this one away anyway because they want to get higher on those rankings. They want to be in a safe position, especially when Angry Titans and British Hurricane both looking very, very strong. 1 point looking stronger by the day. Like, they are juicing. They are juicing.
Yeah, Emil, yeah, mate, can you dig 6 more graves for me, please, bud? I've got a bunch of SMC players signed Tanny. Like,
I've been digging a lot of graves recently.
Yeah, that's his big quote. He's dropped that one in. Surprised us all. But map number 4, Junkertown, like we've already mentioned. Expecting to see something interesting. We always see teams deviate from the script of GOATs when we come around to this map, and expect more of the same.
Yeah, it's a good map for it as well. I mean, it's so open. It's very difficult to play as a GOATs composition because there's not many corners to hold on, not many rotations that you make that are efficient for your team when it comes to holding on to those cooldowns. So, which is why you are seeing Shoes Money Crew pull out something a little bit more interesting to when it comes to the meta. Like, we don't often see this type of thing. Slayer is going to be on the Junkrat. Obviously, they haven't rolled out the gate yet, but this looks like a cohesive composition to me, so I feel like I can talk about it. Team Gigantti have been running this throughout the entire series. So Shoes Money Crew, if they do come out on this, I think a lot of it comes down to denying those angles that Team Gigantti can take, and I think Gigantti know it's coming, which is why they hold so close.
Well, they're probably going to end up having to move into the interior because there's a lot of shield break coming in from Obling, and of course Mal's just going to run behind him on the Sombra this time around. So let's see if it shapes up against Zappos' performance on Kings Row on the same hero. They have to give up control of the payload, so you can start to get this in motion. Team Gigantti still want to hold. Slur's already found facility, and now you've got an isolated David off to the side. Zappe going down incredibly low. You need to be careful of him as he's still holding under this cover. Miles went ahead and found Davin. Like we said, he's off to the side. Milky Man now trying to regroup with the rest of the team.
Wow,
contesting the point as long as he can, and Buffett going forward. Nice and easy. This is going as expected. Will we see any switch from Team Gigantti as they have to deal with this composition?
I would expect to see a switch from Davin come through. I'd like to see the McCree again, but it looks like instead they are just going to play this composition we've seen many times before, which is the Ana and the Winston, because you can do stuff like that.
Potentially looking for the punish. It was a bit of an early wake-up call there. Kind of a misplay from Team Gigantti. You'd want to try and make sure you got a guaranteed kill when you pick off someone like that. They're going back around to the payload. JK Lol's obviously got it under the bridge now, and you saw Milky Man throw himself there. Going to have Davin up on the high ground. There's a Dragon Strike available for Molfig, but he wants to try and deal with Davin. Nice headshot. Chunks him for near his entire life. There's the barrage coming out from Obling. Shut down by Zappos, but he did get the D-Mech out of it. Resurrection coming in. Gustav does wonders to stay alive there, nearly losing his life for that what appeared to be a risky resurrection, but will bring Obling back in the fight. Keep him topped up. They are going to lose Molfig on that. Hans over. Here's the Riptire in the middle. Shut down nicely. Obling will jump out and take Milky Man. Team Gigantti struggling to get through this, and when an EMP is going to ground the rest of your team, it makes it even harder, but they're still going to make it work. Nano Boost being sent over to try and keep everyone up as Obling will take out facility, looking to shoot him down. Just need one more shot, but Zappos from the side on that Diva will keep his support alive and keep the payload from moving any further.
Zappos has been really, really good on this map so far, doing a wonderful job to keep everyone alive on his team and coming in clutch. I love the moment, especially when he got D-mech'd as well, like some sort of an assassin out of a film, like he's D-mech'd mid-air and he's killing Obling and shooting down. Shoes Money Crew know that they have to make the switches off now. A great job from Milky Man going back to spawn, anticipating this and going over to the Reinhardt, making sure he's not outclassed by the enemy Ryan when you're playing Winston. But Zappos, a little bit out of position, has to take the allied barrier, but it's going to make Milky Man a little bit unsafe now, which is why they use this bomb to restabilize.
Yeah, it takes the allied barrier. He's still going to go down. Shoes Money Crew didn't even feed him charge. All the damage came up beforehand. The Graviton Surge is going to come in here. They're going to use the arm pack nice and early on JK Lol to keep him up in the fight. They're going to lose one, but they take two in return. Milky Man levels it back out by dropping JK Lol now, and Slur, he can't get any healing, the Biotic Grenade, and still takes out Zappe in the trade. Shoes Money Crew on the home stretch of point A.
Zuppe makes 200 HP targets very afraid, but apparently not Slur, as he just claps back with some incredible shots out of those orbs, and they're not called orbs of destruction for no reason, as Zuppe just gets deleted. Now, Shoes Money Crew, they have a lot online right now. Team Gigantti, they are lagging behind, absolutely, because they had to make a couple of switches off earlier on. But Shoes Money Crew, they managed to build up some ultimates of their own. Specifically, you are going to see this rally come out soon. It's going to force out some cooldowns from Team Gigantti. They need to remove them from this high ground.
Well, they need to get around the stairs first. They can't just climb up there unless they go all the way around side. And they need to get that payload to carry on moving. Milky Man, he's got that shatter online, going to hold on to it for now. JK Law's about to match him as well, but a rally comes out from Zillity, going to commit down, cancelled out of it by a nice stun from Obling as the rally continues to help the rest of his team. And this is SMC pushing Team Gigantti into the graves they asked Emil to dig for them.
And Team Gigantti, they have to come back into this one very, very shortly. And the major thing for me is, as you come around this corner, this is the part of the map where it's very good for GOATs. There are some great corners to play around. There is a mega on the side for the defending team to actually use and take use of, and some nice high ground to play around with. So if there's anywhere that Team Gigantti are going to stop them, it's now. But they have to make a good engage with this sound barrier.
Waiting to catch them on the drop down. JK Law's going to swing the hammer. Protected barrier comes in early from Milky Man. Now they've got no bubbles online for this Graviton Surge. Have to use the sound barrier. They should go down quite nicely here as Gustav finds Davin. Now he's looking for more. He's right up in the face of Zappe with 100 charge. There's not much he's done. He's overloading his circuits as he looks for Zappers. Takes out that mech as well. Milky Man will find Slur, but it's a consolation prize as they're moving on to the final section of this map.
And it seems to me that Shoes Money Crew are doing, they're specifically targeting down Davin a lot of these fights. So they understand that if they leave Davin up, then he's very happy to clear up the rest of this fight with the supreme damage that comes out from a high charge Zarya. And Team Gigantti kind of fall apart a little bit without those allied barriers, without him being able to tank damage and rip through the members of Shoes Money Crew. 4 ultimates online right now, no Graviton to be spoken of, but a lot of stuff to displace Team Gigantti.
And Earth Shatter, not looking to displace them, putting them in the ground instead. JK Law moves forward and Zappe is just going to pick him up nice and easy. Calm dropping your shield against an assassin. It's the hands of Zenyatta being put into Zappe. They're going to shut down the push. 2 minutes 35 remaining for Shoes Money Crew, and they have a lot of ults on the board to get control of this payload again.
Team Gigantti, they have held them. They withstood the line, and now they're able to retaliate. With 5 ultimates of their own, they have the self-destruct grab bomb combo. So I think that the major thing is, for me, is that Shoes Money Crew, they're fighting into a fight where things are similar right now. So efficiency is key, and if they're going to take the high ground first, that's going to put them in a very good situation to win this fight.
They're going to be able to let Miles ray down the mortar damage, but he's not exactly got high charge. I imagine he's falling away from 80 now if he got good efficiency out of his bubbles. Need to keep him up there, and they're going to drop down instead and take an advantageous position away from Team Gigantti, but they still need to clear him from the payload. Rally comes in nice and early. All going according to plan. Shatter cancelled out again. This is not great for Milky Man, as Oldwing's just paying him extra special attention to shut him down. And it's another one fight for Shoes Money Crew. They're going to dismantle Team Gigantti, keep hold of Davin's grab and the bomb, and as well as the sound barrier. That fight was long lost. Good control there from Team Gigantti to not waste ultimates.
And this happens time and time and again. You put Milky Man under pressure and suddenly he's shattering. Like, it's very easy to force out of him once you get him in a corner. At the moment, Team Gigantti, the saving grace here is that they hold onto Lilbo's sound barrier, which is that last bastion of hope a lot of times for Gigantti, but Milky Man gets dropped down, and now they can start to focus him. Unless Team Gigantti, they all have to drop as well. There's a big shatter
coming out from JK Law as it puts them on their backs and adds that pressure. Turns up the dial on the hob and really gets the water boiling. Self-destruct comes in. Zappis, he's going to put in some cold water, cool it down a bit even further, and Lilbo comes in to take out Obling. It's no threat for Team Gigantti as they regain control of the payload with 50 seconds remaining.
That's a really nice angle for us as well, because you saw Milky Man like a wrestler jump in from off stage and basically pin JK Lol and make sure that Diva Bomb did go off in the end. Team Gigantti coming to the next fight, they have the Transcendence to stop Grab Bomb, but they are playing super close. They don't have this Earth Shatter, so they're just going to go for an aggressive play while Miles is on low charge.
They want to keep him well away from that payload as well and try and hopefully get an early pick. They weren't unable to find it, so they're going to fall back to the payload itself. Obling's rally has now expired. They've got Zappe's Transcendence to answer Mouse's grab, which is surely going to be coming out very shortly. We're looking for Milky Man to get a shatter just on the map in general at this point after the shutdown coming in from Obling. They're going to roll this self-destruct into the back line. Nice block there. Graviton Surge, answer for the Transcendence. Facility finds JK low. Shatter finally lands, and it lands on so many people just in the nick of time in overtime. It's going to be a shutdown for Team Gigantti. This is where the payload is going to end, and now they need to be putting in their mind where they need to push to on their own attempt.
Just to point C, they did not complete Shoes Money Crew, so Team Gigantti, they have a very, very good win condition here that is quite consistent coming to point C itself just around this bend. And you know what, Milky Man, it's nice for him. You wanted to see an F-shot on the map, and he gets it, at the crucial moment. When they need it, he is there for them. So he comes up big for them. Shoes Money Crew, they are now on the defense. They did manage to buy a lot of time for themselves with this DPS composition to begin with, but Team Gigantti, they're pretty wise to it now. I think they've got some good compositions to deal with these DPS compositions that Shoes Money Crew keep pulling out. But I think Gigantti, they're looking pretty strong to finish out this map unless Shoes Money Crew can really give them something to bother with.
And Team Gigantti will go on to their offense instead. Shoes Money Crew obviously now going on to the defense, and I wonder if they go up with DPS flavor, because we know Shoes Money Crew was able to deviate onto a DPS path, and it didn't really, it had great effect towards Gigantti's tank lineup. This is what I wanted to see from them. Going in with the Orisa again, double sniper, using these rooftops and changing the crossfire and making sure Team Gigantti don't know which way they're looking, and so they can't look forward and get the payload that direction.
Yeah, it's nice for Shoes Money Crew. We keep seeing it. They're pretty committed to these kind of comps now. Team Gigantti, they seem like they know what's going on. If you see Zuppe is on their Ana for the time being. The reason Ana's so good at this is because you can get big bio grenades off into the bank, and sleeps are generally very effective versus Morphig and JK LOL if he can hit them. But the major thing is making sure that Team Gigantti stay out of the sides of those angles that Shoes Money Crew is playing. And as long as they can stifle those angles as well, playing in those corners, they should be able to shut down Shoes Money Crew fairly early.
But they're changing it over, going to a Bastion comp instead. We'll get a headshot immediately onto Davin. This double shield. Nice sleep there. We'll shut down Miles and keep him using this angle as they move forward. Like we said, we've got Facility on that Bastion ready to go, and he's got double shield protection, so it's going to be really hard for the hit scan from Shoes Money Crew to break through this when he's got double to go through.
It's hilarious. It's like, oh, we can't hold down two angles.
Oh, wait, they need to be careful of their coverage, though. He nearly dinked off the back of Facility on this, and now they're going to hold them together. There's the Storm Arrow to push them apart. Bionic Grenade comes out, shuts down Morphig, but amplifies everything else for Team Gigantti. But Miles has still found him. You've got two shields, and you can't protect the Bastion? Something's going wrong here. We need the resurrection from Gustav, but Obling's taken out Zappe, so he's probably preoccupied. Shoes Money Crew been able to shut this one down, and Gigantti look a little bit lost on this offense.
It's incredible that they managed to let that happen. You've got two shields, two snipers. Surely in that situation, there's no way that you let up and you let your Bastion die. So it's a really good job from Obling and also Miles to find those tiny moments, tiny windows to find the headshot onto the back of the Bastion whilst he's on in Bastion mode, I guess.
Meant to say Sentry mode.
Sentry mode. There we go. Pog.
You got that one. Zappe now got a nano boost ready to give over to Winston. Turn him into a boosted animal, but in the best way as a protected barrier. Isolates Slur in the corner. He needs to do something. The healing's not enough from one Mercy alone, and he goes down before that Transcendence comes online. Milky Man with the second kill off the nano boost. Gustav will bring him back into the fight. Self-destruct even finds him afterwards, so a little bit of good, a little bit of bad for the main tank player, but it's still going back in favor of Shoes Money Crew as they find Davin with the Storm Arrow. Obling being the guy to guide that through. Nice pick off the Lilbo there. Pixel, tiny little hitbox, nails the headshot regardless, and Zappis goes for the reset. 2 minutes remaining, and they're fractions away from capturing point A.
Gigantti coming into this next fight as well, as they don't have too much, to be honest with you, to work with. Whereas Shoes Money Crew, they almost have a secured fight here with the bongos, the supercharger, 50% extra damage for every single person, and no specific shield to block out all of that damage. Morphig does go down. They're not going to capitalize on that because it does put them in unfavorable positions when it comes to Mouse being able to shoot them all down, but there's the engage.
Jumping onto the back line again, paying attention to Slur. He hasn't got that Transcendence this time around. There's the imprecise Molfig going to punish him. Bardic Rain on the back line enables Slur to go down. Looking for Obling as well. Davin's taking out the Supercharger, and Mouse drops down as well. Shoes Money Crew struggling to keep bodies on the floor, and Gigantti have lost no one. They're going to be walking this one in. They have to kill Slur on this back line though. Nice and easy. Moth the last man, but standing. They got 1 minute on the time bank. They're going to add another 2 minutes 30 to that.
So that's just very good focus from Team Gigantti all in all. Zappis went to go shut down Mouse in that situation. And really at that point, you only have to worry about one angle, and that is where Obling is shooting from. So it's well played to them, and they come up large when it comes to ultimates as well. It's 2 online, 2 big ones as well as that. Milky Man can get the nano, they can get the grab out and just swing into it, obviously because Slur is just used Transcend, he's only 54% towards it. But we saw this on Horizon Lunar Colony as well, Tridd. Can Davin grab early? That is the question.
Hopefully he can get it out though. They used the nano boost early onto Milky Man. Gustav dropping down his electrified hammer, but Obling and Slur on the back line find 2. Going for the charge kill, misses out very slightly on hitting Obling. Instead turns his attention to Mouse. The Graviton Surge, Transcendence coming out. Should keep them all up. Davin did go down with that grab, so he didn't get out early. In fact, held onto it for a little bit too long, or maybe just the right amount of time if they can pull it off on this next attempt.
Same thing again, don't think they needed that Transcendence from Slur. I think he gets a lot of value from these Transcendence when he does pull them out sometimes, but there are times where they just get absolutely nothing and they're not really needed. Now Davin comes next fight. He has a free win condition. There's no Transcendence. There's not even a sound barrier. This Graviton is extremely free unless Molfig eats it.
They've already lost Lil Bo though, so they're 1 member down. Going to play it a little bit slower, burn more at the time bank because, like I said, it's a guaranteed fight. They have 6 members. Miles now has a counter grab though. They lost Milky Man off the back of that one. Won't have the supportive ultimates, but they're going to have tools to deal with this one, Blank.
Indeed they will. Shoes Money Crew. The fact that they won that fight as well is massive. It gives a lot more time for Slur to make his way up towards that Transcendence itself. And now they have opportunity to counter grab as well as to prevent any follow-up from Team Gigantti. But they have to make sure that they do grab that Diva. They cannot allow that self-destruct to come out.
Graviton Surge, obviously going to be the big one here. Davin's going to use it early, keep him on the high ground. There's self-destruct. They put it right on top of Team Shoes Money Crew, and Zappis will find 2 and a D-Mech for the trouble. Slur's Transcendence managed to come out, but to no avail. And Miles even dropped the counter grab on that one with no kills coming out. Nice cleanup from Team Gigantti, rolling it onto the home stretch of B. Yeah,
Team Gigantti perfectly placed that one out. I don't think the grab came out quick enough from Miles there. Did not find the mech as well, and Zappis did such an amazing job to thread the needle, get it on just on top.
He's so good at that.
Yeah, absolutely. JKL was just like, where do I put the shield? There's no way I can put the shield where people don't die.
Yeah, he was basically able to get that up a lot on the previous season. There's a shadow from Milkers. He puts him into the corner. Slur, easy target there for a charge. Puts him immediately on the back foot. Gustav, hopefully going to get a sound barrier off this fight. Just full shot, but he'll have it for the next one. Extra time back here, 2 minutes 20. Just need to go round the bend here in this final section, and they'll walk away with a 3-0 scoreline.
Yeah, the end is in sight for Team Gigantti and this series. Shoes Money Crew, however, it's 2 minutes 12 of grueling action for them, so they have to make sure they hold on right now if they want to take at least a one bit of map differential away from this series.
Going to force Shoes Money Crew into this box. They're sending up that self-destruct nice and early. JK Law maybe a little bit exposed because of it. Salmara has to come out from Gustav. There's a shatter straight into the shield. Going to be blocked out. Counter shower just finds Davin on the side. They're going to try and keep him up though as Molfig has already taken out Zappis. 1 member down. Team Gigantti going to fall back. They don't want to give away anything else. Transcendence and of course a Graviton Surge for the next attempt.
Gigantti playing much more reserved right now, and I'm a big fan of it actually because it's meaning they're coming to these fights and they're able to get these combos off. Molfig using that bomb to create space for the rest of his teams. They can restabilize whilst Milky Man or JK Law is being pressured. Now Gigantti come into this one with a big combination online.
JK Law already charged down. They're not going to need to use it, Blank. They've used the Transcendence instead. We'll open it up for Mouse to drop down a grab here uncontested. Once they just die here, if they die fast, they can establish another fight round the corner, but they just can't go down. It'd be a shame to lose Mouse's charge here. But he goes for a fast reset, attempting to get some semblance of a kill on the back line of Gigantti. 1 minute remaining. Mouse has Transcendence. No, sorry, Mouse has a grab. There's no Transcendence from Zappe to counter.
Still excellent usage of ultimates there from Team Gigantti. Just the one to win out that fight. They're going to have a sound barrier, but the main thing is the bomb into the shatter right now.
So far forward. The Transcendence comes out early from Slur as they press forward to make sure that JK Law doesn't get killed in his ice isolation. Milky Man trying to find a way to get this shield, and it's shattered down.
It's huge.
It's big, it's massive. Stunned up will cancel the charge, but the rest of Shoes Money Crew are on the back foot. There's the sound barrier. Mouse throws out the Graviton Surge. It's in a confined room. Self-destructor's on top. He's trying desperately to push it down. Can't get it there because of the rotation of the platform. It denies the set piece from Morphic, and the sound barrier from Team Gigantti will keep them alive. Zappe has the Transcendence for good measure if they need it. Grab him off the point, burn him down. Zappe uncontested, giving them these hands. That's Team Gigantti getting that 3-0 and making sure they're in good contention for a first round bye.
So it's not as clean as Gigantti would have hoped it to be, but to be fair, I think there was a massive evolution towards the end of that series from Gigantti. So much more reserved, so much more careful from those ults all in all. So really well played to them. Happy to see it. Zap is playing very much on form recently. These bombs have been great to create space for his team. And Morphic, we've got to give him credit. He's eaten so many grabs in this series. It's unreal.
A lot more than what was able to be matched by Zappis, but I don't feel his priority was on going for it. It feels like you were mentioning, a lot of attention was put on to Davin, so it's unsurprising that those Graviton Surge consumptions came in throughout the series. I don't think the priority here from Team Gigantti was necessarily to shut down Miles as much as it was vice versa.
No, it was much more team-oriented to make sure they could stop those rotations, make sure the rest of Shoes Money Crew were in a bad situation. I think if the one player that was pressured down a lot, it was JK Lol. I think it took a little bit too long for Shoes Money Crew to identify that from Gigantti. But one thing I did really like from Shoes Money Crew this series is their ability to play these unorthodox compositions and also find a lot of success with them. And I think that's the thing is we see these, that was unfortunate. I think they thought they were safe from the bomb. They were obviously the little hood over the top, but it wasn't enough for them.
I'm never going to want to play like mini golf with Zappis, because I feel like even on like small runways, he's going to go for little chip shots all the time and just land those hole-in-ones with no problem whatsoever. Speaking of accuracy, Morphic and Mouse, fantastic efforts on the double sniper composition when we moved around to Junkertown, and it was really about SMC experimenting, flexing their muscles of diverse comps.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think Shoes Money Crew, like I said before, did really well with that. And the major thing, though, in this entire series is just the adaptation from Gigantti. A lot of the times, the fact they're able to change on a dime, just like twist, it's very, very good. And I think that is something that will be a massive boom for them in playoffs, especially because we're going on to a new patch. I think this team, because they have been together for so long, if the meta switches up in a big way, right, I think this is one of the teams that will be able to kind of bend with the meta.
Yeah, absolutely. Very malleable. There's a lot of experience here, and they play through multiple metas. And a lot of these players have either played with each other in the past. When you look at this core of Davin, Zappis, and Zappe, obviously they played before. Some of them migrated over to Overwatch League and then came back. But of course, there's a lot of potential here for this team to do incredibly well as the meta changes in playoffs. But it's more about focusing on that tank play for now. And when you talk about European tank teams, Gigantti has always been in the conversation, along with other greats like Eagle Gaming as well in the past. So I'm very happy for them at the moment with the way they're playing. They are going to be able to contest for that first round bye. When the meta changes, the meta will change. Let's get them in the playoffs first and then worry about that next.
And then we'll see what happens afterwards. This entire series, though, has been really, really like it's something that I've held very close to me during this entire time that I've been in Contenders so far. It's just the way that we have these 8 teams who are all so close in ability all the time, and it's nice to see this 7 seed be able to take on a team like Team Gigantti and 1 point all at the bottom as well as. But I think Team Gigantti have done a great job to secure their place where they are at the moment, and I think you will continue to see great things from this team.
Well, speaking of great things, we're going to have a chat with a great person. We're going to go ahead and speak with Davin, who joins us from Team Gigantti. So congratulations on another win, Davin. How are you feeling after picking that one up?
A little bit disappointed, but it's fine. Can't really complain too much.
Yeah, you was it a little bit frustrating to play against the grab consumption coming out from Molfig, because it feels like there was a lot of focus coming in from Shoes Money Crew against you in particular.
Yeah, I kind of played a bit worse than usual. Got a couple of 2 real bit free grab hits. He played well though. Usually people don't eat touchman grab at all.
Yeah, no, it's not something I usually associate with you. Like I said, it seemed like SMC really put a lot of focus onto yourself as a player in this match in particular. Unfortunately, didn't work out for them. Did get the draw away from you from King's Row. It seems to be a bit of a cursed map for Gigantti at this rate.
It's not that bad for us usually. I don't know. We just kind of, I think we got a little bit overconfident there and picked like little bit different comp that we usually play when we try to finish a map with DPS, and it did not go well. It was very depressing.
There was one thing I wanted to ask you, Davin, is that, to be honest with you, the Gravites came in towards the beginning half of the map, but towards the end, you're hitting them pretty consistently. What changed there to make sure you could get them in every time?
I just started playing very scared. Like, I knew he's gonna hit it, so I'm just gonna play it slow, not gonna try to go for the optimal grabs. Go a little bit slower.
So you have some strong competition coming up. I believe you've got British Hurricane next week, who are currently sat in that top spot, and they're one of your contenders, obviously, for that first round bye. Is that a team you're incredibly anxious of? Is that the team to beat for you this season?
Absolutely. Like, they've been definitely the only team who's consistently difficult for us in scrims. It's going to be a very good game. We're very excited for that one.
Yeah, it's the same from us as well, Davin. So go get some rest for that matchup. Congratulations on your win. I look forward to speaking to you again.
Thank you.
There you have it. Davin obviously calling out the very respectful of Hurricane's accomplishments so far. That's going to be a great series to come up. And like I said, he thinks he may have dropped the ball a little bit with his Graviton surges earlier on in the series, but it comes back to that adaptability. He identified that as a problem, and then he started playing a little bit more safe, and the frequency at which it came in dropped down. It's very great to hear from Davin. Let's have a look at today's results. To remind you, if you're just tuning in, that's unfortunate. You missed 2 good series. British Hurricane basically speed running Young and Beautiful with a 4-0, and Shoes Money Crew drawing Kings Row, but beyond that, Team Gigantti taking the 3-0 in this series.
And it has been a crazy day, especially British Hurricane versus Young and Beautiful. That was a mad match, to say altogether. We're going to go to our standings now, and we're going to check out how it has all shaped up now.
So the important thing to note there is the map advantage Team Gigantti has over Angry Titans, because there's still some showdowns to happen. It puts them in a good spot here to potentially look at contesting that first round bye. Young and Beautiful, you can't say they're entirely out, because mathematically they're not, but it's very hard for them to get playoffs to this point. And look at that ruckus going in there between Eternal Academy and Shoes Money Crew moving into these final weeks.
And one point on the up and up, which is nice to see, where they were all the way down in 7th earlier on this season. So it's cool to see. But